Hi, this is John, and this is going to be a quick overview of our Winter 25 release for PSQuote. So we've added an exciting new feature called Dynamic Data Tables, and this lets you do a variety of things. So for example, if I have some records and I want to do some bulk updates, in this case it's a list of quote tasks, I can now do that. I can also sort data. I can create a new record from here, export as CSV, delete records. So there's some capabilities here that above and beyond what you get with the standard Salesforce data table. And I'll show you in a second how this is configured. This new dynamic data table feature works with custom objects. So if you do have some custom objects that you're using along with PSQuote, you can now you can have a data table for those. And this is an example of materials. So if I'm doing a lot of quantity-based pricing, for materials and subscriptions, things like that, I can update those here. So for example, if I want to change the start date on these two items, I can do that easily. There's some other advanced features as well. So there is a feature you can enable that allows for reactivity between two data tables. In this example, I have selected the PS Quick Start quote line, and I'm seeing the labor records associated with that. If I pick custom scope, I see a different list, and then I can update those as needed. So this reactivity between data tables can be enabled, and that allows for a lot more dynamic interaction with the data in different ways you can visualize it. Another option you can enable is called split view. And so in this case, for example, I see for the quick start, you can add additional fields for that object. So in this case, I can see assumptions like scope. Maybe I want to remove an item here. I can do that, update it. And again, you can toggle back and forth between records, and then the fields on the right will update. So that's the split view feature. So how is this configured? What you do is you create a flow. This is an example for the quote materials. So I would have a get records to get my quote materials related to my quote, and then a screen element where I would drop in this PSQ data table type component. And this is where I can configure things like the data source here that I want to show in the data table, some behavior around the rows, and then also the columns here. And so if I want to rearrange, resort columns, add columns in, I can easily and quickly do that. And this is all clicks, not code here. And there can also be behavior for specific columns you can turn on or off. There's also an advanced JSON editor for the fields if you need that gives some more advanced capabilities for formatting and behavior. And then some other features like reactivity and the split view we just talked about as well. So this is pretty quick to get set up. You basically create this screen flow, and then you can drop that on somewhere on your quote page, or in a you can use this as a screen flow in and of itself as well. And then a couple of other features we added. One is on the LOE Schedule tab. There are now, based on customer feedback, we got a request to add total hours by week. So that's been added by quote line and then grand total. And then also some updates here around the color scheme for the phases and tasks to align more with standard Salesforce colors and themes. So all right, that's a quick overview. If you'd like to see more, or if you'd like a copy of the release notes, just contact us. Happy to give an overview or demo, or share some more details with you. Thanks.